I'm not quite done with it, but I want to share maybe the process of building Luigi's Casa Della tires. So first off, I did try to determine what the dimensions would be, and I cut a cardboard or a foam board to the right dimensions. So I wanted it to be, I think 10 inches by 10 inches is the base, and then 8 inches by 8 inches is the building. But then I left a little extra for a road. And the way I cut the foam board, I just use rulers to measure and draw lines, is I use just a craft knife like that. And the key to using craft knives is making sure to replace the blade often so that's nice and sharp. Then what I did is I drew the floor plan using a ruler onto the cardstock, and then I painted the sidewalk and the little driveway little area. I decided how tall I wanted the building to be, which I've maybe made it a little bit taller than I would like, but I think it's okay. I think it's a good height. So then I cut all the walls, and I kind of just measured the floor plan as I had it and cut the walls, and I just free-handed this shape here with a pencil and then cut it with a utility knife. And then I glued everything together using hot glue, and that seems to be holding pretty well. The pillars here, so I just cut strips of foam board to do these pillars. It's not quite like the actual building, it's a little bit less detail, but it adds at least some kind of, I don't know, detail rather than just having a straight edge here. I added these little columns here, and then a little piece of foam board on the top of each one to hold the tire. And the tires are made of these black plastic washers you can get at Home Depot. So that's what I use, and I'm going to use these as well. I'm going to buy more and stack them here. I could use Hot Wheels tires because this is a Hot Wheels diorama, but the Hot Wheels tires don't lay flat very well, and they're not. I mean, you have to take apart a bunch of tires, and they're not all uniform in size. Where these will be pretty uniform. I'll stack 3 and then put one on top, and those will go here. The tower of tires is like a Hot Wheels monster truck tire that I got from Greenlight, and then more of those washer tires in between. And those ones wouldn't hold with hot glue. I had to use E6000 to hold these in place, it takes longer to set, so you have to be a little more patient with it, but it holds a lot stronger. It's still not super strong. I'm not going to be giving this to my kids to play around with. It's for looks only. Alright, next up was, so I painted it, tried to match the color the best I could. It's just a really light kind of peachy color for the walls. Different pictures show it in different light. And then I freehanded, just looking at a picture, tried the best I could to, with a pencil, freehand the signage up here. It wasn't easy, and it didn't look great, and it still doesn't look perfect. Like the tires over here is kind of messy. Then I took colored pens and went over it with the green and red. So that's how I did that. This awning here is just cardstock that I painted green, and then cut the shape there, and then fold it so there's a fold, and then it's just hot glued on. Then these bushes are just bushes I got from a pack of diorama bushes. Windows I just cut out, measured and cut out, and then I have just from any kind of toy packaging that has clear plastic, you can cut. I don't know if you can tell that there's an actual, yeah, you can tell right there. There's an actual window here. The actual one has panes, like small panes of windows, but I didn't want to go that detailed. Then the roofing material is just corrugated cardboard. This is I got off Amazon. But yeah, it's not quite a good match. It's a little bit too small of corrugations because it's supposed to be like a adobe tile, like a ceramic tile roof. And so it's not perfect, but I'm pretty happy with it. If I want to go more detail, I could actually make clay tiles, but this is good enough. I'm trying to get it good enough here. And we're going to show you real quick how I did those. One thing that I did, so I figured out how tall I wanted that to be. It was 1 inch actually, and I just cut a whole strip of 1 inch. And then, let's turn it like that. Then I figure out, I just eyeball it really with my finger. Okay, I figure it needs to be about that long, so I mark that. Get out my scissors and err on the side of too long, because if you mess up too short, then you have to start all over again. So that's almost perfect. I'm going to trim a little bit more off. Alright, and to give it a little more depth, rather than just having it flat against the wall, taking a piece of cardboard, just I have a strip of cardboard from other projects I was working on, cut that. Then I take my hot glue, without burning your fingers. I've burnt my fingers a few times on this project so far. Then I'm going to attach that to the bottom of this right here, so it's on the back side, so I have a smooth side and a corrugated side. Putting it on the bottom of the smooth side, and then I'm just gonna real quick just double check that it fits okay, just like that. Now I'm gonna glue the back side of this, and I'm gonna do the cardboard as well as the top part here. Get a nice amount of glue on there. Try and clean up the strings. And you have to act fairly quickly with hot glue. I'm just going to put that on there with a slight angle to it. And just like that, we now have 3 of the 4 walls done. Okay. So the other thing is I found these fairy lights on Amazon. These are just LED lights. They come with, it's just a strand, and it comes with this little stitch. They come with batteries even. It was a pack of 8 for like $7. So 8 strings of these lights, and they turn on like that. I'm going to hide the battery pack inside the building, and then I'm going to string these up. I've already glued the first end to this tire here, or to this pillar, and then I'll strand that up here, and I'll bring it down like this, and then I'm going to wrap around. So I won't show that too much because it's going to be maybe a little more time consuming to get right, but maybe in another video you guys will see the finished product. The only other thing to show is I have more foam board, the leftover of black foam board that I cut to shape, and I had to kind of cut notches out for the columns, and that fits on right there. I did it in 2 pieces just because of what I had left, and then I have a second piece that has the angling. So I just kind of eyeballed it, measured it, just did the best I could. It's not a perfect fit like a glove, but it's pretty good. And that's the results. Almost done, so close. But I hope that gives you a little information on if you want to create your own buildings. I wish I had put this roof line up a little higher. Too late now. It's okay. We're just gonna live with it. We're gonna, you gotta accept imperfection, because most people are impressed with just about anything. That is pretty cool to me. I'm pretty happy with it, and it could be perfect, more better, but anyway, if you have any questions or if you want to see more videos like this, leave a comment below. If you have any questions about where I got things, if you're interested in where I buy certain things, I'll put links to Amazon in the description. So just let me know and I'll add them. Thanks.